Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a much different rendition than we've ever done. Now, I am reprofiling the TAYAL, T-A-Y-A-L. It is one of my favorite work tough gears, and here's the deal. Let me change it. It's one of my favorite blade shapes, right? The TAYAL family has the Mini TAYAL, the TAYAL, the A-TAYAL, and the A-TAYAL XL. I am a sucker for trailing points. I've done several reviews on it, but this one's different because I am completely and totally reprofiling the edge on this one. And I've never done that before. I got this knife. It started out full convex, not fully convex a couple years ago. I love the knife. And here's the deal. There's no real reason for me doing it other than I wanted to do it, other than I wanted to practice, and other than I wanted to learn. Now, I got this, like I said, a year and a half ago. Maybe it was fully convex, maybe 2 years ago. And I have used it. Somewhere along the way, it went to DJ Horn, and the full convex kind of went away. It was the first time he had done full convex, I believe. And so I used it. And I thought, you know what? When I bring it back, I'm going to go to a saber grind. I'm going to do 19 or 20 degrees on each side. Now, I'm going to put links to both pieces of work sharp that I use for this video. The one you're seeing there is called, I think it's the Precision Adjustable Knife Sharpener. It's $59 on Amazon. I'll put a link to it. It has a 320 grit, a 600 grit, and a polishing stone. And then there is the adjustable field sharpener. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go from full convex. I guess we'd call it flat saber. I think that's what we call it, 20 degrees on each side. This is not a tutorial. This is me showing you, me learning how to use it. Now, we're going to cut some things, stab some things, do some oddball stuff. But what I'm doing is getting the feel of the edge and tweaking it from there. I've handled enough knives. I know what I'm going after. Right here, what I want to go after is a toothy edge, okay? And I did pretty good right there, I must say. And I'm also doing some stuff that I do every day. Right now, I'm having to burn up a lot of wood. I'm getting rid of a lot of wood. So I start me a little fire every morning. I burn a 5-gallon bucket full of wood all day long. And we unboxed a couple of things, uncrated a couple of things the other day. And I'm just trying to get rid of that wood. I did not want to dump it all in the dumpster. Most of it's full of nails and busted. So that's what I'm doing. And I thought, you know what? That'd be a good way to show some of this. I do from time to time have to cut extension cords or put new whips on or put new plugs on. So this is also something I do. Plus, the way that I run my reviews, man, I know what I'm looking for in a knife, right? So I thought, you know what? Let's go after a toothy edge. Let's do a total reprofile. I'll kind of talk to y'all as I go, and I thought it'd be pretty cool. Now, the TAYAL, this TAYAL is in SK85 steel, so it's a high carbon steel. It is not a super steel. It's just a basic carbon steel, so it's a little easier to sharpen. Thank God for that. It is a trailing point. It's got G10 handle scales. Feels amazing in hand. In fact, let me give you guys the specs of the knife. Now, this is a knife I wish Mr. Vic would run a run of every single year or twice a year. I like the TAYAL that much. 5-inch blade length, and we got about a 4 3/4 cutting edge. Overall length from tip to pommel is 10 1/8. Okay, blade stock we're dealing with right under 3/16, between an 1/8 and 3/16, and you can see the contour of the handle there. One of my favorite handles of all time. The inner grip on this is 4 inches, so it's got a good inner grip. The blade width, the handle width is right at 7/8. A lot of Mr. Vic's run right there. Did some light chopping, going to do some light batoning. And really what I'm doing, guys, I don't know if you're supposed to do it this way, right? This is how I learn. I'm not saying this is right. I'm telling you, this is how I learn, by doing stuff. I am the epitome of learning things the hard way. I always have been. But know this, once I get it dialed in, I'll know it. And what I'll do, I've got a couple of my work Tuff gears that I want to reprofile, and there's nothing wrong with the edge that's on them. They work great. It's just I'm at that point in my journey where I want to try some new things out. I want to experience some things. And here's the truth. One of the reasons I'm doing some of the batoning and hammering is just making sure I'm not thinning it out too much. Again, learning. Some people can watch videos. Some people can read and learn. I have to do it. And again, learning stuff the hard way. If I fail, I fail. I won't be thrilled, but I'll learn more from doing it than reading or watching a video on it, right? And I'm not doing this for tips or to ask advice. I say that sometimes, and people think I'm trying to be an ass. I'm not. This YouTube channel is not a how-to. It's not a QVC. This is my journey with knives. I'm glad that you guys decide to ride with me and check it out with me. I'm forever appreciative to you. I love knives, and most of the folks that watch this channel love knives. While they may not love the ones I love, they love the journey, and I appreciate y'all. That's why I do what I do, just letting you know. Now, I worked on this thing last night and some throughout the day. So when you see me doing it in the video, it's not necessarily I'm actually using the equipment, but I've already used the equipment, and I'm using the equipment kind of off camera, if that makes sense. I want to show you the difference, the different things that I do with it. But again, it's not a tutorial. Now, for some reason, I decided it would be a really good idea to stab this little 4x1.5, right? Why not? Let's do it. Here is the field sharpener. It's not adjustable. It's a guided field sharpener. This thing's about 35 bucks. Link in the description. I love this thing. It has a very coarse side. It has a smooth side. It has the ceramic rod. It has a strop. It is a guided sharpener, which I enjoy. I use this thing a ton. Now, the adjustable one is 59 bucks. Again, we'll put a link in the description. Now, the thing here with this one, guys, I wish the heaviest grit on it is 320. I wish they did like one in the 100s, or if 80. I wish they had one of the sides of this where you could really reprofile pretty fast. They don't. 320 is good. And again, now when you're watching me do this, I'm trying to show the camera. So what I did is I'm doing this little segment. When I turn the camera off, then I actually sharpened it, right? I actually worked on it. And the reason that I'm telling you that is I know that I'm doing some things kind of odd here, but this is more to show you how you use it. So I like this a lot. It's a very inexpensive way. It's kind of sharpening for dummies. That's okay. Because here's my thought process. If I'm out in the field and I'm going to start camping way more, right? It's got a button on the back you push and spin it around so you don't have to take it on and off. But if I'm in the woods and I'm camping, or if I'm on a hunt and I need to resharpen my knives, I'm not taking stones. I'm not doing all that. So I want to get good with the field sharpener. And I'll be honest with you guys, this little adjustable sharpener is pretty easy to break down, pretty light. I keep it in the car, so, you know, it's easy to carry. Now, do I have the knife exactly where I want it? No. Am I getting there? It's coming. And it should be there probably by the weekend. I'll keep you updated through reels and shorts and things like that. Got it pretty good. I've got one spot I'm going to show you where I'm pretty uneven, and I'll have to work on that. But for under $100, this ain't a bad little system. And I love my TAYAL. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a bunch of knives. Well, not a bunch. I've got 3 or 4 knives that I really kind of want to reprofile. This is a way that I'm learning. Is it 100% foolproof? No. Wet stones would probably be the best way, or a belt sharpener or something like that. I'm not carrying around wet stones. I don't have a solid belt sharpener. right there. See right there? I'll even that out, but I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with it. It's a work in progress. I've learned a lot by doing this. And again, the SK85 that Work Tough Gear uses, man, they got it dialed in. It's just dialed in. That SK line, I believe, is a Japanese line. And it's equivalent to what, 1085, something like that. But the truth is, it's a good carbon steel. It sharpens up well. It's tough. Through all of my goofing around, I didn't chip it. I was happy as hell about that. Takes an edge pretty good. Now, I'll keep on, and like I said, I'll keep y'all updated. Guys, listen, thank you for joining me. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. It gets me some grief, and that's okay. I don't shove it down your throat. It's my cause, not yours. It's just something I believe in. Hold back the blue till it happens to you. Happened to me more than it's happened to most. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, guys, I love you. The TAYAL, work sharp. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.